Then get this set up to where you can see again. I wish I could see the chat so I could know to see with this light. Oh, I hope you can see that. I can't really tell. Hopefully that angle is going to be better. So right before my phone died, I was starting to tell you why I garden. And one of the main reasons I garden is I learned from my mom. My mom, we always had a garden growing up. We grew up rather poor, and so we ate what came from the garden. We had raspberry bushes, peas, carrots, cauliflower, you name it, we had it. And I was taught from a young age how to garden, but in these times it seems like it's a lost art. People just expect to be able to go to the grocery store and voila, there's food. Times are changing, and maybe the government will figure out their crap and maybe they won't, but I think that everyone needs to at least know how to grow the basics. So I grow a lot of tomatoes, peppers. Yeah, there's Duke. Hey, quiet over there. Must be UPS person because he only barks at UPS. But he's blind, so he gets a hall pass. So these roots, they're actually coming from, I don't know if you can see this, but that one broke off and I didn't want to do that. What I'm going to have to do is go get the hose and put some water in here, because this clay is horrible and I hate clay. And this is how my whole entire garden was 5 years ago, and year after year I've gradually done things like put in sand, add in bark from my other planters in the front yard to kind of help break up the soil. It's a work in progress, but man, last year was the first year that I had an amazing production of tomatoes. So I'm going to put this right here. You're going to stare at this little hole while I go grab the hose so that I can get that, because I could just pull them out, but they're going to break and then they're just going to grow back, and that's what I'm trying to not have happen. Alright, I'm back, guys. So these are my garden hacks, and these are the things that I do. Gardening can be hard, or it could just be long. So I do things to try to make it easier on myself. And honestly, I completely love being outside with nature. See, I got that one out all the way just by using some water. There's some roots down in here that I need to get out. Look at that. What a pain in the butt weed. So this is going to take, oh my gosh, now the neighbors are weed eating their lawn. Can I get a break at all? Well, I guess you can just watch me for a while, because that noise is not going away. Probably at least another 20 minutes. I wear rubber gloves. Hopefully you can hear me. I wear rubber gloves because this is muddy. I can still feel the root system through my hands. And as I dig that root, that mud, and get some roots out of there. I can't win for losing today. First, I couldn't figure out how to stream live. Then, when I did, that truck was outside all day making noise from like 9 a.m. They finally left, and now I got neighbors weeding. See all that root system? Trying to get everything I can out of there. I sure hope you can see that. Let me try turning that phone down a little bit. Being really, see right there, there's some more of that root system. I'm just gonna get rid of it. As I'm raking with this thing here, I'm not breaking the roots, because if I use this end, it'll break the root in half. So I'll show you. Let's see if I can get a root here. That'll eventually break it through the dirt. I don't want to do that. Even that little tiny piece of tuberous root will produce a new plant. But I'll tell you what, in like a month, I'll come out and show you, and none of this obnoxious grass that is growing will be there. Those roots are pretty deep in here. Probably gonna have to get the auger out for just a minute and drill some more of that hole a little bit deeper. Duke, be nice. Just because he's blind, he thinks he can be a bully. So I'm going slow with this auger, and I'm trying not to break the roots because honestly, I don't want to put roots all summer long. I don't know if you can see this dead plant right here, but that's actually snapdragon at the root. It has some fresh snapdragons growing out of it, but last year I tried to preserve it, and that's why this grass has gone out of control. So I'm going to risk taking this out if I break the root system and finding a new one to plant in its place. See how that is hardly making any progress? That's how horrible this clay is. Don't do that. Now, here's the fence here, so I'm going to take the auger and I'm going to kind of go on an angle underneath the fence so you can get some of the roots that are coming from the other side. Right now you can't see any plants, but I'll show you that there's a bunch of plants coming through that you just can't see yet. See that? There's a bunch of roots now that are coming from the other side of the fence. Let's see if we can't. Let's see here. There's cement here. Let's see if we can get in between that cement right there. Just go slow so I don't break my bit. Trying to break it. So before I move this dirt out of the way, I'm going to get it wet, and I'm going to see if I can see any roots in here. Don't want it too wet, but see, there's a little guy in there. Another one, another one. You see that root system right there. And this clay is not going to absorb into the ground that well either, so that's going to be hard. Okay, now we got a lawnmower going. So, enjoy that lawnmower. I guess I should ask the neighbors if they were going to be mowing the lawn or working 2 houses down on some pipe system. Hopefully it's not going to be menace in the future. I really want to add more water, but this clay is not letting this soil or this water absorb very well. Which is a bonus for me because the clay kind of keeps the water in, so I don't have to water as much. So I want to kind of find a happy balance. Oh my, that is in there good. One of the reasons why I want to get this flower done pretty soon is I've got to get my peas planted. I personally hate peas. I don't like the taste of them. I do not like the texture of them. But everyone else in my family does, so I do it for them. But along this fence is the perfect place for them to grow. And when you plant peas, you don't want to plant them all at once. You can, every week or so, you can plant a couple more seeds, or 10 or 5 or however you want. And it just makes the production of them spread out over time. Peas typically not typically, but they do like a cooler climate at nighttime to germinate. And it's been so cold in Utah that I could still plant them now and still have a good production of them. But honestly, I don't care because I hate peas. I grow them for everybody else. It's not too late to start peas is what I'm trying to tell you. This was a huge root system I'm trying to get out completely. I have to break one of those roots, but it's gonna, oh, actually it came out. It was spread clear around the corner of that flower bed. I'm gonna have to go find me some good soil after I'm done with this because these plants have taken, look at all that. You see all those roots? That's one plant. Every single one of those will just branch out and create a brand new plant. Once I get the other half of this root system done, I will go grab some other soil that's decent in my garden and I'll bring it over here along with some leaves. The worms will come and help keep this soil in balance. Like, this is the pain in the butt way to do weeds, and this is why people use poisons. This is why people use fertilizer, because this is not, I think it's fun. I enjoy doing this, but a lot of people do not enjoy it, and so they risk their health, they risk their pet's health. Like, my dog comes in here and he eats all this grass, so definitely I don't want to put any kind of a fertilizer, any kind of a weed killer, because he'll come out here and he'll be like, oh, my stomach's upset and I want to eat this grass, and then he gets sick. And I care more about my dog and myself than I do about using poisons and the work and the effort that goes into doing these plants. See that? I can't even see a plant coming out of there, but those roots are there. I might be able to salvage that snapdragon. If I do, I'm going to show you a progress picture in a couple weeks. The snapdragon root system is not nearly as deep. They're more dense and shallow. But those are just all pure roots and clay. Now I'm going to go through with my gloves and I'm kind of going to sift through and see if I can find any roots that are super deep down. There's another one. Oh, I can tell a couple down there. Today is finally a warm day. It's been so cold. Like, I literally hate doing yard work if it's below 60 degrees. So that's how I do my golf, and that's how I do my yard work. If it's below 60, count me out. There's another. I'm not going to get all of the roots, but I'm going to get dang near all the ones that I possibly can. As I'm digging down here, I'm finding more and more, and that's why I have these rubber gloves on. I apologize, guys. I am not able to watch chat, but I thank every one of you who are watching right now and supporting me. I am absolutely terrified of speaking on a camera or in public, but I'm really trying hard because I have some really cool tips for gardening that for me, they have served me well. And everybody is always coming to check out and asking me what I do with my garden. Family members, neighbors. And it's a lot of gardening it's kind of like cooking. You got to pay attention when you cook. And when you garden, you got to pay attention. You got to know the signs of when your plants are in distress. You got to know when your plants need more water, less water. And throughout this summer, I'm going to hopefully be able to show you the things that I've learned over the years and signs that I have learned that have helped me have a great production. And I think I had like 18 or 20 amazing watermelons come on last year. And it was the second year I'd grown watermelons, but it was the first year that I had figured out how to make them just be big and sweet, and they were delicious. Kind of spreading this sandy, I don't know if you can see all this sandy soil in here. Now I'm kind of spreading it to this other half of the flower bed. And then I'm gonna go and grab some mulch and leaves, but I still want to be able to see these roots through here. I'm actually gonna take that auger onto the other side of the fence and get the other roots. In just one sec, after my hands aren't looking like this, I'll turn my camera and you can see that you can't see any grass, but I'll show you the root system that's still hidden behind. Yep. Blah, blah, blah. Hidden underneath them. was back on, and then we get that stream a quick check. Hopefully those who are wanting to watch are still there. I want to reach out and say hi to Julian, Cookie, Complete Random, Mr. Stir Fry. I can't read their names, they're in my head, I can see your names. But I want to thank you too, because all you guys pushed me to this. I had a couple people, Katie, McQueen, were asking when I was going to do a live stream. I'm like, oh, I can't do one, I'm too scared. But here I am, because they pressured me into it and supported me. So thank you very much. And hopefully you can hear anything I said through that lawnmower. Hi guys. Thank you for watching. We're going to move over here onto the other side of this fence, and hopefully we're going to get a better angle. And hopefully this dang lawnmower is going to stop soon. Can you see the neighbor's yard over there? But she's like 85 years old. So the people from our community come over and they mow her lawn every year. Well, last year was the first year they started. It's great. And she's super sweet. And we usually do all of the snow care, snow removal. Can you guys see, can you see that cute little pansy right there? That's one that came back from last year. They come back every year, they drop seeds, and they spread. And they are just, they cross-pollinate. Like this flower, they were a solid color, and then they cross-pollinate, and they make this cool little flower. Looks like a lion. The auger to this side of the planter, and we're just gonna get all the rest of the grass out, and then I'm gonna transplant them in here along with my peas. Sorry for the head. I'm all paranoid because I think those sounds are super annoying. So let's go in here. Well, I guess I unplugged it. Let's go see what I've done here. Oh. This is what not to do, guys. Don't leave this part of the extension cord in the water where it can get wet. Now I've dried it off. I'm gonna have to go reset the breaker. If not, I'll have to go get another extension cord. Just have to see. Give me 3 seconds. Okay, maybe like 3 minutes. shot. So that's just quite helpful. I promise next time I do a live stream outside, I'll try to figure out how to do chats or have someone read chats out to me so I can respond to you. I think you guys are amazing. Oh, that's better. Plug works. See how I can hardly, this is wet soil, and I can hardly pull it out, and it's because it's all clay. So I'm hoping to pull some of this out and pull everything I got there. Look at how it just sticks to that. Look at that. Look at that deep root in there. Before and the after. Like, I wish I would have shown you what the flower bed looked like last night or the night before. It was this tall, but I know that I haven't gotten all the roots out, and I really just want to be done. When I bought this house, it was a HUD home, which means pretty much a fixer-upper. And this house was some kind of animal urine. 1 year of living in an apartment, I would get them a house. So I put in the bid, and originally I didn't get it, and the previous people fell through. And to me, it was just a blessing in disguise. And so I just made the most of it. I went from having an acre of yard to like 1/15, and it's been an adjustment, but I've learned that the yard takes less time to maintain, the garden is less time to maintain, and the garden's probably about the same, because I grow about the same amount of stuff. I can't imagine now having yeah, I'd like to have a bigger yard because I have a big dog and he likes to run. I take him to the park and he makes the food. I know now I'm babbling because I'm trying to see that little guy that came out from, you can see that. Once I get all this loosened up, I'm going to start going through with the hoe and see what I can find. I know along this fence, that's all clay. If I have to work that hard to move the dirt, that's all clay. Most everywhere else in my garden has gotten under control, but in this particular area, there's that loud truck again. Never ceases. Hi guys. See, you can see, let me turn this a little bit. We'll be digging along this line down here. You can already see this whole root system right here already. See that? Don't come with your garden in your bikini. Those guys will never leave all day. And it's noisy all day for no reason. See, these are all super deep. This clay is horrible. And I'm pretty dang strong. But it's still. He wants to eat this. I'll eat it. Just kidding, I won't. Earthworms, I draw the limit. This root has weaved its way in and out of this fence and then back around again to the other side, dang thing. Alright, these are going to have to go. I'm gonna have to just not worry about these this year. I have to get some new snapdragons. I'm weird. I really hate killing plants, animals, or anything. If I can salvage them and have them keep coming back, then I would prefer to do that. When I first started growing plants from seed, and like my flowers and my garden stuff, it was because it was cheaper to do it that way. And then now I can afford to buy seed. I still just enjoy the process of watching them perk up through the soil, germinate, and then transplant them inside, and then plant them outside and see them grow. Can't tell if you could see me. I'll bend down. If you don't come out of the garden looking like you played in the mud, you ain't doing your job right. I always, from head to toe, am covered in soil and dirt. While I'm using this also, switching topics, ADD moment, I'm breaking up the soil, but I'm not breaking this root. Because my goal is to do that and pull it out all the way from the bottom up. I don't know, are you guys bored yet? It's kind of, I could do this all day. This is my break from that. Tucker Carlson. Out here, it just reminds you of how simple life is. Life is simple, and life is about food, shelter, clothing. I mean, those are the things that we need to live, and everything else above that's a bonus. And along the way, I think with everything else in the world, we forget that that's what's very number one, most important at raising our kids to become strong young adults, independent, living on their own. That's your goal. Educated, and ability to take care of themselves at 18 years of age. Well, can't speak. 18 years of age. And they get into, oh, I've got to have this fancy car, I've got to have this big house. My house is small. At first, it was a huge adjustment. I had a 35 square foot house, and after moving here, it's like, it's smaller, it's easier to clean. I can still grow my own food. The kids are happy. And in life, there's really not a ton else that matters. And so back to my ADD moment, this right here is my break from all of the insanity, all of the furries, all of the transgender stuff that's out here. Nothing matters. Like, this is back to reality. This is what our ancestors did. They didn't have TV. They didn't have the luxury of being weird. They just had to work hard and have lots of kids to help in the yard. And everyone needs to know this skill. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, and maybe not in this generation are we going to have to I don't know if you can see me. Did that stop? Oh, there we go. Oh, I flipped the direction. I hope it hasn't been flipped that way this whole time. This has been my first stream, and I was super nervous about it, but gardening is important, and it's not, for me, it's fulfilling and I enjoy it, but it's a skill that's not taught down to the next generation anymore. My grandparents always had a beautiful garden. We always ate from their garden. my mom always had an amazing garden, and I learned from her how to garden, like the work it takes to go outside and weed. And then in the fall she would go inside and she would can. She put up pears, she put up peaches, she put up tomatoes, she did salsa, she did whole tomatoes, she did tomato juice. And throughout the winter, because we were poor, we would eat that stuff. And then at the end of the day and in the long run, I'm grateful because I had a healthier lifestyle than most people did, because we were poor, we were healthier because my mom had the resources and the know-how to make things from scratch, chicken noodle soup, homemade noodles, all kinds of things. And most poor people do not have that luxury. And I fortunately grew up with that luxury. It made me healthier. It made me more aware of my surroundings and other people. And I guess I want to thank everybody who took the time to watch me dig through the dirt. This is something I love. And I will do other videos. They won't all be about digging through the dirt. I have a wide range of skills and things that I do. In the messages, if there's something you're interested in, let me know, and I would be happy to do a video. I have lots of opinions on different things, and I, for the most part, keep them to myself because this world is so sensitive and we can't handle sensitive people anymore. And so just be you, people. I love you. I appreciate you. Thanks for watching me dig through this dirt. And I'll show you what we got so far. This is this part of the flower garden. And it needed to be done today because I do need to plant my peas in here tonight, tomorrow, or the next day, or else my family's gonna hate me. And then I weeded that strawberry garden 4 days ago. Go through with the auger through there tomorrow, and I'm gonna go find some plants or some flowers, and I'm gonna mix them in there with those strawberries, because those that pollinate make your fruit. When I say fruit, your tomatoes, your strawberries, your peaches, anything that grows above ground that produces a fruit, it makes them much more sweeter and way more tasteful. So if you plant them in your garden and in your flower beds, or you plant your flowers in your fruit beds, your strawberry beds, your raspberry beds, your garden, you'll have more fruit production and they'll taste way better. All right, I'm going to say goodbye, and thank you very much, guys.